G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm of course the Keflis, and today we're going to be taking a look at the path of champions. In Legends of Runeterra, we are going to be doing the 4-star Targon Campaign against Aurelion Sol, and we're going to be using LeBlanc for this run. So as we all know, the new patch is here, and with it comes the set of buffs and nerfs that were basically announced in the patch preview. Unfortunately, no new content like, the stream mentioned. As you can see here, Freljord is still locked, and I believe a lot of the other champions that have, story mode campaigns, they still are only at chapter 2. They don't have the chapter 3 unlocked yet, and unfortunately, like I mentioned in the previous video as well, no changes whatsoever to the other aspects of the game except for the buffs and the nerfs. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at things with LeBlanc today into Aurelion Sol. We're gonna be trying out a potentially new busted build here. I'm not really sure if this is gonna work, but on paper it seems like a crazy idea. We're gonna be running Guardian Angels LeBlanc with 2 gate breakers. We're gonna see how this all functions, and hopefully it's gonna work as intended. Okay, so let's quickly go into the LeBlanc here first real quick, and I'm gonna talk you through the game plan. Level 30 and 2-star LeBlanc here. That means in terms of the star powers, we have the everywhere, everyone. If you level a champion this game, when allies attack, summon an attacking ephemeral LeBlanc. So I suspect this particular power here will actually help us with consistently or possibly infinitely triggering the Guardian's Angels for basically the entire game. Deceptively deadly, around start, create a fleeting sharpen resolve in hand, it costs 1 less. Probably not the most important one for the build that we're going for here. This is probably going to be the key power here that we're aiming to capitalize off. Alright, so in terms of the champion level 30 LeBlanc here, which means we do have access to all 3 Relic slots, which is going to be important for this build. Level 40 Stunning Nexus Self, and of course level 20 Game Start Droid Champion. Now in terms of the Relics is where all the magic will happen. Guardian Angel, the new Guardian Angel. Start adventures with +1 revive. Last Breath, this is the addition for those of you who missed the patch preview. Last Breath, if it's the first time I've died this game, revive me with 1 health. Now, I'm not really sure how this is all gonna function, because it says here the first time I've died this game. I assume it's going to be unique to the ephemeral units that's going to be summoned every single round. So, well, not every single round, but almost every single attack. Assuming that is the case, we should be able to get a revive on the LeBlanc there, and potentially get Gatebreakers to strike again. Again, I'm not really sure. I haven't even tested this out yet. We're going to see and experience things together. Gatebreaker, as we all know, will just strike the enemy Nexus. No changes there. These basically just escape the nerf. I'm going to hope that it's going to remain the same for the foreseeable future. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and test this build out. Let's go ahead and head back out. We're going to go into the Ashe. Also, I should add, this is not the only thing that we're going to be testing out. We're going to test out the new Buried Sunders with the Nexus as well. And I think we're going to go ahead and do a redo of the Pike run just to prove that the Stalker's Blade is not actually a nerf, but, in some ways a buff. That will be all, done some of the time. Today, we're just going to focus on the LB here. Alright, so in terms of the Aurelion Sol, we have a level up Aurelion Sol. That's going to be interesting to see. The Fizz has unstable inventory, and the Sejuani here is level up as well. Jhin over here has a power overwhelming. Alright, so it's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. LeBlanc on the own, as we all know, is really, really strong. So I guess, this is a perfect candidate to bring into the Ashe first, just to have a little bit of a testing of the waters and see how good some of these items are. Alright, let's head into the power node. Okay, we get a welcome gifts, a duelist, and a flexible game plan. I think we're just gonna go with welcome gifts here. I'm not really gonna give this too much concern. Let's head into the Jhin and see how we do. Right, obviously we're gonna want some mana gems, but yeah, I think the welcome gifts could be decent. At the very least, to, deal some damage from the get-go. Let's go ahead and grab... Actually, we don't need to grab anything. We can start with this. Really good start. Saboteur on.
No one's the wiser.
I'll shoot the wings off.
Saboteur on again. Right, we'll just attack like so.
Came a long way for a bullet.
I know this guy's bare, but at the very least we're dealing damage to the Nexus. That's probably more important. We don't really need to think too much with the LeBlanc, which is why I decided to go with her today. Just a little bit of an easy run, just to find my footing a little bit.
First big mission.
I guess LB on, right? Yeah, I think LB on is fine.
I hate having to put my face on.
I think we're just gonna attack straight up.
In place.
We don't really need to be too concerned about anything. In fact, we might not even trigger the Guardian's Angel in this first game. We'll see. Let's just attack first. Yeah.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, we definitely don't need to trigger the Guardian Angel in this first game. Let's just get the win.
The black rose blooms once more. Another rose for the garden.
Alrighty, we get Battering Ram, Blighted Caretaker, and Avatar of the Tides. I think we're just gonna go with a Blighted Caretaker here. It's not really that important. Or do we want to go? No, Battering Ram is Ephemeral. I don't really like that. Avatar of the Tides, if you would get a mana gem instead, refill your spell mana. When you play a spell, create in hand a random spell that costs 3 less and good fleeting. Yeah, I think Blighted Caretaker is probably the best. We're gonna go for it. Right, let's head to the support champ here and see what we get. Nami, Renekton, and Riven. Renekton is elusive. That is actually kind of crazy. I really wish this was in the Nasus attempt. That would have been so much better. We can't potentially use Nasus and Renekton. In fact, I believe there was a request by one of you guys to use that. So, unfortunately, this, appears here. Let's hope that we get the same luck in the Nasus run. Anyway, I think what we're going to go for here is probably a Riven. It seems okay. Alright, let's set to the Ashe here with the support champion. I think Ashe would be an interesting take on as well, because that will mean might be a little bit harder to beat, and we could potentially trigger the GA.
I'll lead the way.
Okay, we get double Rune Weavers here. We're gonna get rid of all of them, and I think we can even get rid of these two as well. Let's hope we get something else. Draw LB, cool. So obviously we're going to try to trigger it, but if we can get the win, we'll just get the win. Anyway, let's go ahead and just drop the... No, we'll not go Blade Squire. I think Spiderling might be better. Let's see what it blocks. Yeah, it blocks that 1-1 as expected. At the very least, we get 3 damage.
Nothing escapes my watch.
Okay, I think I have a idea here. I think no, let's not do that yet. Do we want to do this? Because we won't have enough to play Sharpen Resolve and then potentially, block the Arrows and Sentry. Yeah, that's the problem. If we had a 3-star LeBlanc, that way we could have played a 0-cost Sharpen Resolve. Unfortunately, I don't have a 3-star LeBlanc. We only have our 2 stars. I guess what we're going to do is we're probably just going to go Blade Squire here. At the very least, we can block that. Well, we can still deal damage, I think. And we have the charging sigil, the Blade's Edge as well. No, I have a better idea. Let's go LeBlanc. It's fine.
The best lies are beautiful.
Ashe is probably not... Whoa, Titan's Axe Ashe. Okay, I think we're just going to close out this game early. I don't want to deal with a Titan's Axe Ashe. That is not fun. Let's go ahead and just go... Caretaker, I think. Yeah, you know what? We'll just kill the LeBlanc and trigger the Guardian's Angel and just trigger the, the Gatebreaker again. I just want to end this battle quickly. We can probably try to aim for the play that I want to do in the other battles. Not this one, though. Alright, so we're going to go Caretaker. We're just going to kill LB.
Everyone's a garden.
It was inevitable.
Alright, so we know at least half of the game plan works because we killed the LB there. The LB, revived LB came back up and the Gatebreaker triggered again, so obviously it works. Let's just hope we are able to trigger the Ephemeral one. I really want to see how that combo will play out. Alright, I think what we're going to go for here is probably a Rune Squire. Seems okay. Alright, let's set 3 Champion IMGS. We get a -1 cost on LB. That is great. We can bring on earlier. I'm going to go for that. And we're gonna head into the Ezreal. Alright, so I think this is a good start. We're gonna keep this. We can have LB on the next turn and potentially attack and get, you know, trigger the ephemeral thing. That is exactly what we want to do.
How can I help?
Right, spell mana refill. I'm concerned about a mystic shot here. That's why I don't want to go with LeBlanc yet. I think we'll go with House Spider just to be safe. Yeah, I knew there was something like this. A gotcha. I wasn't sure about getting the spell shield there, even though we got in the previous 2 battles. I just wanted to be safe in case we got the spell shield. We didn't get the spell shield. Because even though we have GA, it's only going to revive 1 time, so we need to be careful about when we summon the LeBlanc. If it dies and we cannot summon her again, it's going to be bad. Alright, so LB's at 2 costs. I think we'll try to bait out some units first. Let's go to Saboteur. Let's see what comes on.
Time for a true display of skill.
I suspect Static Shock will be something that's gonna get summoned here. Let's go to LB.
Places to go, people to be.
Alright, let's see if we can
Smoke and mirrors.
potentially do what we want to do. Yeah, let's attack her then. We have the health advantage here. Right? Deal 1. I think we're fine.
Behind ya.
Sure, boss.
Yeah, we're okay.
Damn it. I whisper truth into lies.
Alrighty, so looks like we can finally see if what we want to do actually works. So the next time we attack with LB, we should be getting an ephemeral. It should strike, it should die, we should get another LB here, and it should strike and, you know, die and strike again, I think. That's the plan at least, an infinite damage loop.
It's not bragging if you could back it up.
We'll just play Bloody Business and take out this Ezreal here. Right, let's just randomly drop a Blade Squire. It's not that important.
Serve the greater good. The world's a big place.
And it doesn't matter what it summons here. We're just waiting for our attacking turn. Alright, so moment of truth. Let's attack with LB. Let's see what happens. Actually, let's attack with everyone. And we'll see what happens.
It was inevitable.
Well, that was anticlimactic. You know, I think the problem was that the battle ended too early. It might have been better if we could see it in a longer battle. So hopefully, you know, that pops up first. I'm pretty sure the ASO is going to be a long battle. So that's probably going to be where we can potentially see it more prominently. But anyway, we get a doubling dice on Blade's Edge here. A Norris T on Afakan. And the Taunt Blade with +5/+0. I think we're going to go with a doubling dice here. This is probably the best one out of the set. Alright, let's set the Arena Mecha Caster. We're probably not going to purchase anything here. And we're just going to head straight into the shop. And we're going to grab a power. Endurance on an ally survives damage granted +1/+1. Why not? Seems okay. In terms of the cards, I really don't think we need anything necessarily. I'm not seeing anything I like. So I think what... hold on. Dawn and Dust. Summon 2 exact copies of an ally, the Ephemeral. So I'm going to follow with my cost from your regions. Okay, that could actually kind of work with the LB. With the Guardian Angels and all that. I tell you what, we'll probably purchase this and see if we can capitalize off of it. I'm not really sure. We're just going to have to test it out. Anyway, let's go ahead and head into the Sejuani here. Rightio, so looks like we get a Riven, Thrashing Snapper, Saboteur, and Rune Squire. We're going to keep this. Seems okay. Let's hope we can draw a LB here. And we do. Beautiful.
Fight or die.
Okay, tell you what. This time we'll bring her on first. That way, we'll trigger the Guardian Angel. We'll let her die. It's cool. We can attack the next turn. And I think that way we can potentially see the infinite damage loop occur more consistently, hopefully. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. It's fine.
The best lies are beautiful.
I don't think we need to bring on Riven yet. Let's just attack first. We'll go Sharpen Resolve as well. Why not?
Fight!
The black rose blooms once more.
Okay, now I'm gonna try to kill her next turn and see if we can trigger the effect that we want to trigger. Let's drop the Saboteur first.
No one's the wiser.
I'll try to kill her next turn. You know, just recklessly block anything that gets summoned.
I rarely forget and never forgive.
I wasn't anticipating GP. Gotta be frank with you, I was not anticipating GP. No, actually we can't try Mirror Image. If that could potentially work, we could see an infinite loop of the GA here. Actually, we can see a Oracle Eye preview as well. Let's go ahead and just copy this first. It's a slow spell. Unfortunately, we cannot see what's going to happen because there's random effects. Alright, let's try, let's see what happens.
Seeing double. Good. Another rose for the garden.
Okay, I'm not sure if you caught that there, but that second LeBlanc, you know, that LeBlanc summoned a second LeBlanc because of the mirror image, and the ephemeral one died, it revived, and it became a normal LeBlanc again. So I think that's the counter to essentially having an infinite loop, I guess. I'm not really sure. We're gonna have to, you know, have a longer battle just to confirm for certain. But by the way things look, I think that's how it's gonna function. Anyway, let's go ahead and pick up a studded letter here. I think this is gonna be important because that way we can potentially have LeBlanc on earlier, deal more damage earlier, and potentially have her clone with the GA do even more damage that way. That's gonna be great. Alright, let's head to the power here. And we get a stun. Okay, we're gonna go for that. Why not? And looks like we have a Poppy and a Zoe. A level up and unyielding. This is a Monastery Harana, a spells chest, and a gold chest. I think we're gonna hit the Poppy. Yeah, unyielding will probably mean the battle will be longer. We can potentially see that effect trigger more consistently. We're gonna try that. Alright, so, you know, this entire run is just testing things, so it might be a little bit sloppy, you know, might be a little bit rough around the edges, but essentially we're just testing out the build. We're gonna see if we can make this work. Alright, so I guess we're gonna keep this start. Seems okay. Really cheap, really good. I like it. LeBlanc on.
The best lies are beautiful.
Okay, I think this is what I'm gonna do. Let's go ahead and keep some mana to play the Blighted Caretaker here because we can level up LB. We should be able to use the Blighted Caretaker to potentially give us another LB. I think so. Yeah, I reckon so. Let's go ahead and commit this.
I am everywhere. I am everyone.
Vim, vigor, victory.
Actually, instead of that, let's go ahead and try the mirror image strat again and see if we could get, you know, how many LBs in one turn. Let's go mirror image. We're gonna summon a copy. We're gonna copy this LB here, and let's see what happens.
A perfect puppet. Be seeing you.
Alright, so looks like I think it caps out at 1. So essentially the GA is not gonna make an infinite damage loop, which is kinda unfortunate and kinda understandable. If we can't do that, it's probably gonna be even more busted, and probably the GA will be more viable here on moving forward. So I guess this is probably it. We are only able to get double LeBlancs unless we attack again, and we're probably gonna get one more. So that's still fairly decent, don't get me wrong. But by summoning through spells, it's only gonna give us a maximum of 1. Either way, it should only give us a maximum 1. It's not going to generate, you know, infinite LeBlancs. I think that's the general gist of it. Alright, so let's go ahead and drop a Thrashing... No, let's not go Thrashing Stable. Let's drop a Saboteur.
Explosives prime.
Poppy, might the hero be on this very field? Eh?
I sure hope so. Let me know if you find him.
Okay, I tell you what, just because we're in control here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and stall out for the next attacking turn. We're gonna attack with the LeBlanc and see what happens then. You see if there's any difference in, you know, that particular action or situation. Let's go and just drop a House Spider as a blocker. Like I said, we're in control, that's why I'm willing to do this. If not, we're probably not gonna do it. Actually, we can play Bloody Business as well. Let's just use this LB here and just strike the Poppy for fun. It's cool. Right, the Dawn and Dust would have been great here, that way we could summon a lot of them. Unfortunately, it doesn't show up first, but assuming that we attack with everything here, if I understand correctly, we should get a ephemeral attacking LeBlanc. That should potentially revive as well. Actually, let's just hang these two back just to guarantee and just to, you know, focus on the effect, the LeBlanc effect. So we should get an ephemeral attacking LeBlanc. It's gonna strike twice, and if all goes well, we should revive again, and we'll get a regular LeBlanc because of that revive there. I guess that's, I think, how it should work.
Another rose for the garden.
Well, unfortunately, we cannot see that third, you know, LeBlanc get revived there because the battle ended too quickly. But I think it's gonna react the same way. It's just gonna summon a regular LeBlanc and then it's gonna cap there. It's not gonna keep, you know, repeating itself because the one that's get revived is not an ephemeral. So I guess the developers actually thought about this. Alright, so I guess what we're gonna go for here is probably Age-Rai Fair and Hopeful. Let's go into Gold Chest or Spell Chest. I think Spell Chest might be better. Right, again, Mimic, Wallop, and Shield Vault. I think we're just gonna go with the... We'll go with Wallop here. It's not really too, you know, too important at this point. We have a Fiora Unyielding and a Tom Kenshrit Unyielding as well. I think we're gonna go with the Fiora. Alright, so I think this time we'll try to play Dawn and Dust if possible. Let's get rid of Riven and Blade's Edge. We'll just keep this LB here. If we can play Dawn and Dust, it would be great. We can potentially see how much damage, you know, output will this basically give us. I think it's gonna be a lot. Well, it's definitely going to be a lot, but how much, I'm not really sure. I'll be on.
I hate having to put my face on.
We definitely want some stat buffs as well. That way we can potentially level her up on the same turn she comes on. Okay, I tell you, let's attack like so. We'll go Sharp and Resolve.
Not know the name Laurent.
Right, let's just do... No, we'll not do Blade's Edge. I tell you, we'll try to get the... Ooh, Fiora's coming on. Okay, that is... No, we have another LB here, so... No, we can't do that. I want to play Dawn and Dust. Unfortunately, I think the Fiora's probably going to kill us. Let's actually drop the Thrashing Snapper. We'll hope the Fiora blocks the Thrashing Snapper. Unfortunately, I don't have enough mana. I want to play a Dawn and Dust here. That way we can see how much damage we do. Well, I guess what we're going to do is the Fiora's probably going to kill one of these guys. Before that happens... wait, we have Unyielding, don't we? Ah, right, we have Unyielding, so we have a couple more turns. Alright, so... I tell you what, we'll see what the... No, we'll not see what the Fiora does. Let's go Mirror Image first. Yeah.
Class Classic misdirection. Let them on guard.
Okay, Fiora can take that LB there, it's cool. I will keep my mana, that way we can play Dawn and Dusk.
It's time.
Next turn, of course, not this turn.
Inevitable.
This might just possibly be my new favorite combo on LeBlanc here. Gale Force, double Gate Breakers, and if we're lucky enough to get a Dawn and Dusk, that's gonna be an insane amount of damage. I believe you saw that there. 52 damage upon summoning, upon playing that spell. That is gonna be insane. Brothers Bond, grant 2 allies +2/+0. Why the hell not? I think this could be useful to buff the LB here, but we are definitely going to want to try to get a stat buff on her. That's going to be important. Alright, let's head to the shop here. I don't think we need anything necessarily. We're going to buy a power. Hold them off with the Frostbite. I already have the stun, which is unfortunate. Frostbite and stun is just going to clash here. I think we're going to spend one reroll and see if we could get something else. And we get a grid. Grow my power to match my health. Not the best either, but we're still going to pick it up. I really don't want to spend all my rerolls on a shop node. Alright, so I don't think we need any cards like I mentioned. We are probably just gonna head into, let's see, Champion Item Chest here with the Viego. I would like to go to the Karma, but unfortunately the Champion Item Chest is here, so we're probably gonna head down to the Viego instead. Alright, you know the drill. We're gonna try to roll for LB. Actually, we'll keep Brother Spawn here. Now, we probably don't need Brother Spawn. It's probably too OP at this point. The LB itself with the GA and the Gate Breakers. Unless we draw a Riven here, which could be bad. Right, so we're gonna drop a Rune Weaver.
I write the rules of power.
Oh, we actually get the elusive Rune Weaver. That's good. Really good run. Really lucky run as well. Alright, let's actually stun this guy. Actually, no, let's... I think we'll take 3 damage, it's fine. We can use Riven to get the scout damage next turn. That could be decent. We'll do that.
Heart and blade, both broken.
Right, we'll go with a scout first. Let's give the +2/+0 on to Riven here. I think we'll even go Sharp and Resolve, why not? I'm worried about Vengeance, but I think we should be fine. Yeah, we're fine. Alright, so I guess what we're gonna go for here is a Overwhelm. We can potentially just get the win here. I believe. No, still not quite. We have to either go Saboteur or Overwhelm. I think we'll go Overwhelm.
My words bring power to metal.
Unfortunately, we don't get a LeBlanc this game. It's a little bit sad, but sometimes, you know, the game doesn't give us what we want. We can't really do anything. Let's go ahead and, I guess, do 3 and stun. Probably not play that yet. I think what we're gonna go for is probably... Maybe we can level up Riven here. No, I think we'll go with House Spider. We might need some blockers. Okay, I think we'll use this to stun one of these guys. That way, you know, we have the option to block more units instead. Alright, we have to win next turn. Just attack with the elusives, we're fine. As a matter of fact, I think we'll just attack with everything.
way forward.
Alright, so unfortunately no LeBlanc there, but I think it should be okay. We have a Iron Ballista, we're just gonna go ahead and pick that. And it's a good thing we head to the Champion Item Chest as well, because that increases the draws to the LB here. We get a Savage Shield, that's gonna be great. 7, because it's gonna strike twice with Gatebreakers, so 14 damage. It's not exactly perfect, but it is something. We're gonna go for it. Right, let's set to the healer here. We definitely don't need health, we're gonna cut a card. And let's see, is there anything to cut first of all? We don't really need to cut anything necessarily, if I'm gonna be frank with you. I tell you what, we'll probably just get rid of... no, we'll probably not get rid of anything. We'll just go ahead and just grab the healer, the 0 health. It's not that important. We should be able to start with this deck. Let's enter the Fizz and see how we do. Alrighty, so we'll get rid of Wallop here. We'll keep the Rune Weaver and the Arachnoid Sentry and the Thrashing Snapper. Let's hope we draw an LB here. Alright, cool. Might be even able to level up on this same turn, which is great. LeBlanc on.
Time to make an appearance.
So pretty.
Obviously gonna attack. She gets Challenger, which is nice. It's probably gonna block this 1-3 anyway, but we'll let it resolve itself. Yeah, it's cool. It does that, but it's cool. I was hoping to deal direct Nexus damage, but it's fine.
I whisper truth into lies.
Oh boy, here I go.
To be honest, we still win because we summon a mirror image. It's just gonna take the Nexus out. Doesn't really matter. We cannot, you know, get the regular LeBlanc attack. Sorry, the extra LeBlanc there. Yeah, it's alright. You can deal 2 damage. We don't even need to play Bloody Business. Mirror image, we win.
Seeing double. Be seeing. Another rose for the garden.
Alright, so again, you know, we get the extra LeBlanc, and then the GA triggers, we revive the Ephemeral, and it goes to a normal LeBlanc. So basically the chain stops there. So I think that's the pattern. The chain breaks after you revive the Ephemeral, because that Ephemeral goes to a regular unit, so it doesn't get Ephemeral again. Alright, so I guess what I'm going to go for is a Phage. It's a no-brainer option. We get more damage on LB. We can level up on the turn 1, because that's going to be 9 damage. That's going to be 18 damage upon summoning her, so that's going to be great. Right, let's set the power node here. So I believe you saw the Radiant Plate armor there as well, right? And this is what I mentioned in my patch preview. If I see a Radiant Plate armor in a Phage, even though the Phage is going to get a +2/+2 instead of +3/3, I'm still going to go with the Phage, because the Phage does not have a, you know, penalty to the cost. It's not going to increase the cost. It's probably a more better, more stable, and a more reasonable option in my opinion. Alright, we have Evolution here, which is definitely what we're going to go for. We already have the Welcome Gifts. This is going to be a really good pairing. We're going to pick that up. Alright, let's set to the Draven here.
Welcome to the league.
Okay, so we get Dawn and Dust here, which is exactly what I want to keep. Let's actually get rid of Wallop and the Arachnoid Sentry. We'll keep the Blade Squire in case we don't get a unit. I want to see if we could use this to deal as much damage to the Nexus as quickly as possible. That's going to be insane. But I think we should have, you know, win on turn 1. LeBlanc on.
Places to go, people to be. I whisper truth into lies.
Victory requires a sharp blade.
Okay, we have to win.
One step closer.
Oh man, we are gonna smoke the Assault, no question about it. We smoked the Assault the first time, we're gonna do it a second time. Grant 2 allies +2/+0 to predict here. Inner Sanctum and Decimate. I think we're just gonna go with the Decimate. It has Emperor's Favor as well, the new you know, relic that that I said I like. So we're just gonna pick it up. We're probably not gonna use it if I'm gonna be frank with you. We're too OP here. Alright, so we're gonna head to the shop. Grab another power, of course. Slow but steady. Slow spell copy on the same targets. That can actually help us with the mirror image. We're gonna go for that. In terms of the cards here, I really don't think we need anything necessarily. We're at the point where we basically win the game. Let's ignore whatever cards that the AI has to offer us. Alright, so we're gonna hit the Irelia. And I think you guys know the drill. Alright, LeBlanc on, and we basically win.
The best lies are beautiful. I whisper truth into lies.
Hey, Krabby.
This is insane.
It was inevitable.
Oh man, we get a Whirling Death with Norris T here, Great Hammers and Evokes in Crystal on the Blighted Caretaker. Let's just go to Blighted Caretaker. At the very least we can kill resummon LeBlanc with the Gale Force if we need to. It's probably better than, you know, what else is being offered. Alright, let's set the Lee Sin. And once again, we're gonna roll for an LB. We'll keep the Blighted Caretaker, because it might be useful.
You do that?
LB on.
Time to make an appearance. I whisper truth into lies.
Force is meaningless.
Now, unfortunately, we can't get the OTK here because we don't have the attack token, so I guess we're gonna have to wait for the next turn. We're gonna block the Lee Sin, obviously. Actually, if the Lee Sin kills the LB, it's probably not going to, but if it does, we actually get a revive and we get the insta win. That is great. Well, it doesn't, but at the very least we block the Lee Sin there. No, not that it matters anyway, because we should have the win with the attack token. And basically we are just, you know, waiting to take on the Asol at this point. It doesn't really matter what comes on.
Smoke and mirrors. It was inevitable.
Ah man. Okay, so we're gonna go with a bloody business here, just for fun. We are probably just gonna see if we could activate that combo in the Asol, but I don't think so. It depends. We're gonna have to see how long the battle drags on. Anyway, let's just take it on and see how we do.
Naturally.
And of course we get the attack token. We get Dawn and Dust as well. That is exactly what I want. We can potentially trigger the combo now, which is nice. And if we can, of course, that's gonna be crazy. Block on.
The best lies are beautiful. I am everywhere. I am everyone.
Oh, elusive. Okay, we get stunned here. Fair enough. Fair enough, fair enough. We get stunned here. It's pretty much expected. Right, and I think we'll try to kill the LeBlanc here. That's gonna be really, really good if we can kill the LeBlanc.
Monsters still lurk in demand.
Actually, let's go Mirror Image first. Right? Do we want to go Mirror Image, or do we want to wait for the... we'll wait for Dawn and Dust. We'll wait for Dawn and Dust.
My heart and sword for Demacia.
Yeah, we'll wait for Dawn and Dust. It's cool.
Must fall. Demacia will prevail.
Alright, we'll definitely wait for Dawn and Dust, and we're not going to play Mirror Image yet. Goodbye. I want to see how much damage this does here. We have double Dawns and Dusk here. That is going to be absolutely freaking insane.
Another rose for the garden.
That was absolutely freaking amazing. I'm not trying to hype things up here. This is genuinely a really sick build. If you have the GA and you have, you know, at least gate breakers, no, at least one gate breaker, you have to try this out. This is great because if you can trigger the LeBlanc to die, you're gonna summon a LeBlanc again, even though it resummons only one time because the ephemeral chain stops there. The revived LeBlanc is not an ephemeral LeBlanc, it's a regular LeBlanc. So basically, what's gonna happen is that you're still gonna get, you know, double the amount of value, I would say, for playing one LeBlanc because that LeBlanc is guaranteed to trigger at least, you know, Gatebreaker or whatever strike units you have twice. Because essentially, you know, if it dies and it revives with the Gale Force, it's gonna strike again. That's at least guaranteed, you know, two, you know, triggers of the effect, whatever effect you're running. So obviously, really good build in my opinion. Unfortunately, I don't think it's still that OP compared to, say, maybe a triple Gatebreaker LeBlanc or maybe even a, you know, Gale Force LeBlanc. I think the Guardian's Angel, you know, holds its own, but in my opinion, not as powerful. Well, it is great, don't get me wrong. It is really good, as we saw there, especially with the Dawn and Dust that we picked up. That really helped us out a lot. But, you know, I still don't think it's that powerful. Maybe, you know, it's still in the early stages. I need to be a little bit more familiar with it. But essentially, as things stand, I would still say the Gale Force or the triple Gatebreaker. Actually, the triple Gatebreaker first, followed by the Gale Force and then the GA LeBlanc. That's my hierarchy or my tier list, if you will, my personal little tier list of what I think are the best LeBlanc builds. But yeah, really quick video today. I just wanted to showcase this particular you know, relic here. I thought it was going to be really interesting to do. We're going to go ahead and check out the Nexus, you know, Sundus tomorrow. We're going to use a different build from that one as well, and I believe we're going to go ahead and, you know, prove a point that the pike with the new Stalker's Blade is not actually a nerf, even though the pike itself is a nerf. We'll get to that on the pike video, but this new Stalker's Blade, in my opinion, is a buff, not a nerf. So I guess, you know, we're going to go ahead and take a look at those in the coming days, but for now, we are going to end things here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, consider leaving a like as well as subscribing to the channel. I really do appreciate that support, but most importantly, it's so that you don't miss future episodes or uploads of Legends of Runeterra or Path of Champions content just like this one. Now, I've also launched channel memberships here on the channel, so feel free to join through the join button down below, or you can potentially find out more by heading over to the memberships tab on my channel page. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching as well as joining me on this one. This is Keflo signing off. I hope to catch you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.